Recently, my soul pushed me with extreme intensity, and therefore I had to listen to her. I faced my greatest fear. I left my family and the world of illusion. After that challenging decision, I understood that my soul's purpose is to communicate to the awakening English, French, and Spanish speaking audience that humanity is heading towards a monumental dead end. However, what comes after this dead end? I am now guided by my soul to make videos with the information provided in the 10 personal creation booklets in combination with my lived experiences. In particular, my time in jail described in my book, True Freedom is Inside of Me. The only way forward is to get out of the illusion, out of the triangle of hell. I must remember who I am and then understand what the hell I'm doing here on earth. I include the links to my video, I'm Out of the Matrix. You have been conned since the day you were born. Restoring My Real Power. Personal Creations Booklet Number 4, Politics Towards Individual Sovereignty, pages 82 and 83. Everyone knows that money rules the world. But who rules money? Sex. Indeed, the false power of our world of illusion totally rests on money and sex. The good news is that I can intervene on both, as long as I become fully aware of the vicious circle of false power. Until the soul has reached a necessary level of maturity, she keeps on reincarnating inside new bodies. However, human bodies wear out and die quickly. That is why sex is so important. It produces a fresh supply of new bodies as soul vehicles. Human consciousness slowly rose, along with intelligence and technology. Eventually, another type of dominant male appeared. The most clever and cunning man invented an easier way to accumulate power over other men: money. Thus, intelligence, money, power, sex. Quickly, some clever chaps came to understand that money was an ideal tool for accumulating power. They invented usury, interest on money. This allowed them to multiply the power of money. Today, their descendants, the global banksters, own all the wealth and all the power. They have become the dominant males of the whole human flock, insatiable and unconscious old men who are motivated by fear of being dominated and dying. It is high time for human beings to realize that they are not sex machines, and that sexuality is simply a basic animal instinct. The power elite, politicians, and others are trapped and manipulated at will because of sex. In fact, all human beings are imprisoned in sexuality. Men through their desire to mount, and women through their need to be desired. As for religious and political authorities, they promote sex heavily and make sure that it is never questioned. This is what guarantees the perpetuation of human slavery. Without sex, the hierarchy of the dominant versus dominated falls to pieces. The time has come to let go of the old clever animal program. But how? By letting go of two basic survival tools: sex and usury. This is how the old, illusory power will transform into the true power of creative consciousness. Restoring my real power. True power is both individual and internal. Since there is no sovereign without citizens, the citizens are the ones holding this true power. They can choose to give it up and bow in front of external authorities, or to exercise it by ceasing to participate in the illusion. This fictitious power spread to four levels. Conspiracy is found at the top. This is how the elite secretly controls humanity. Yet all secrets are lies by abstention. No secret, no conspiracy. I must say the truth at all times with family, friends, colleagues, bosses, clients, students, etc. Secondly, I stop corruption. When I lack integrity, I sell my soul for power, money, and prestige. To get out of this vicious circle, I let go of my role as judge, physician, CEO, guru, bishop, minister, or general. I stop my allegiance to any rocks, religions, orders, cults, secret societies, sciences, and spiritualities. I replace all outmoded superstitions by the reality of being Idessa. Even science, the religion of coincidence, is based on lies. Thirdly, I stop my complicity with the government. No taxes, no government, no central bank, no weapons, no conspiracy, and no war. I cease to beg for privileges such as allowances, subsidies, insurance, illness, old age, accident. I stop voting and hoping that the system will change. Finally, I stop my consent. I say no to multinationals and yes to local products and businesses. I do not study for diplomas or rights to practice. I let my children decide for themselves if they want to go to school or not, because school is strictly a white sheep factory. All schools, at all levels, are programming in order to create perfect mind control. I no longer deal with banks and systems of usury. I stopped going to see the doctor because doctors only mask my problems with prescription drugs. I stopped calling the police and suing others in court. I refuse all vaccines that only serve to poison and control me. I'm done with giving my power to others. From now on, I cooperate with my soul. This is my personal story. I learned that money is created out of thin air by bankers and is lent to the governments with interest. The interest can never be repaid because it was never created into existence. Of course, the debt itself can also never be repaid. The US national debt has surpassed 35 trillion and it is only climbing exponentially. This chart shows that in 1937 there was virtually no debt, and that is less than 100 years ago. The system is designed to collapse. In 2002, I understood that I must stop my complicity and collaboration with this insanity, and I stopped paying income tax. My name is Diestati. For many years, I was a very successful dentist with a thriving private practice, living the perfect life in complete ignorance. In February 2002, I learned that income taxes are slave taxes because currency is created by international bankers out of thin air. This created money is loaned to governments, and the citizens repay this fictitious loan, which can never be repaid. This money is used for wars, assassinations, manipulation, and most importantly, total control of humanity through mind control. I finally understood that I was contributing, consenting, collaborating, and therefore I am complicit and responsible for all this evil. I was unable to live with myself once I had this knowledge, and therefore I informed the Canadian government that I will no longer participate. I stopped paying income tax. In December of 2011, I was arrested. In November of 2012, I accepted a jail sentence of 2 years and 4 months and a fine of $1 million. At the time I accepted the $1 million fine, I did not know that the government was going to confiscate all my wealth and leave me penniless, completely unable to pay a $1 million fine in my lifetime. The perfection of the story is that for 9 years prior to my arrest, I was learning the ugly truth in every aspect of the illusion we live in. I heard about Dr. Guylaine Langto and her book, The Medical Mafia. I read that book as well as her other book, What the Hell Am I Doing Here Anyway? Also, I bought and read all the personal creatia booklets that were available at the time. Thanks to this information and the tools that were provided to me during the workshop, I was able to live the prison experience in consciousness. I was still suffering, but I was suffering consciously. In other words, I had a pretty good idea of why I was living this extreme experience and understood my life purpose. Now, I know that my purpose is to share this information and the tools that Personal Creatia gave me with individuals who are ready to receive them. I recognize that the current great world confusion is an evolutionary gift to humanity. The decision will come down to evolve quickly or suffer tremendously and die. There is only one solution. The solution involves challenging work and must be done on an individual level. If the COVID injection was accepted, there will be no going back from there. Only your soul knows what to do. I offer the tools and the method to get in touch with your soul. Once you have contact with your soul, you will know what to do. You will then begin to act in accordance with your true purpose. Will you join us on this amazing adventure? If my words resonate with you, please contact me. Infinite love. From millennium slavery to individual sovereignty. In the Orient, in the 20th century, Sri Aurobindo and the Mother discovered and anchored truth consciousness, the supramental consciousness in the earthly atmosphere. Once well anchored, the new consciousness was ready to move on to the next stage, its popularization and propagation. In the West, in the 21st century emerged Personal Creatia, the power of the sovereign person to govern oneself. Sri Aurobindo's integral yoga goes beyond individual liberation and undertakes collective transformation on earth. After the death of Sri Aurobindo, the mother continued their work, and on February 29, 1956, the supramental consciousness was definitely anchored on Earth. One single and sincere look at the present world situation is enough to convince anybody that it has reached a point of no return. Humanity is heading towards a monumental dead end. Let's stop repeating our obsolete ways, which can only bring more suffering. Personal Kratia continues the diffusion of truth consciousness in the West. Substantial unity replaces the guru-disciple separation. Let us all spread the contagion of love. I'm out of the game. Like Truman in The Truman Show, I have taken my bow and left a world of illusion, this computer simulation to which I have given authority to manage my life. I leave the theater, where I have played time and time again the roles of disciple, daughter, parent, dentist, entrepreneur, citizen. Today, I devote myself fully and without limits to spreading individual sovereignty, the truth consciousness that I have been experiencing since 2002. Infinite love.